So let's discuss some questions, rather revision questions on the text or the prose Wave by Sonali Dharaniya Gala. So in this actually, we get to know about a real incident in the Sri Lankan history, which was caused due to tsunami. Question number 1. What is a memoir? Memoir is a text written reminding something that has happened, a past incident. What is tsunami? Tsunami is a very sad incident that happened due to the sea waves coming to the land. When did Sri Lankans experience tsunami? That was in 2004. What was the result? Lots of people died and properties were damaged as well. When did Sonali see the wave first? Like when she was with her children, she saw the waves while she was in the hotel room. Was she alarmed by the sight? She was a little bit alarmed, like she did not very seriously think about it firstly, but then with the time she got gradually alarmed. Right, so when she saw them on the first place also, she was a little bit worried. She was a little bit shocked. Why was it unusual? Later on, the whole site became very shocking, and she got alarmed because there was an unusual sight. Normally, water or waves do not come near the rooms or beyond the conifers, but it happened this time. It came quite close, and it was not usual, and it was scary. How do you know that she was staying in a hotel a little away from the beach? Because she says that in the text that she could see normally the sea is far away, water doesn't come near it. That explanation is given. What was Sonali's first reaction to the sight of the wave? She got alarmed. She got so worried. Who was with her? Her two children and the husband, and the parents were in another room. Describe how the scene took a devastating turn. In order to save themselves from the waves or any impending danger or coming up danger, they went out of the hotel in a jeep. So there was actually, we can see that everything took devastating, because when they got into the jeep, gradually water came inside and the whole jeep toppled. So that was a devastating situation. Wendy Sonal, and also when we talk about the devastating turn, we can also remember how they see, especially the husband of Sonali says, how much water was gushing and coming behind the vehicle. Right. And then when did Sonali realize the real danger? When she understood that the waves were not very usual. What was the immediate reaction? She actually took her children quickly and came out of the hotel. And the next question is about what was the immediate reaction? Yes, she came out. And question number 14 is, why didn't she give one child to the husband? Because even for that, she did not want to wait and waste time. What does this tell about the human behavior in a crisis? We all work very hard and very quickly when there is a crisis, right? We have that capacity. What can you tell about the two children's response to this situation? So probably they were so scared, and they did not talk as a result of that while they were moving away from the hotel. Where did they see the jeep? It was outside the hotel. What can you say about the driver? He was also scared, and he still became very good and humane and kind, and helped Sonali's family to get in. But later on, when some incidents happened, he could not, or he did not stop the vehicle for the others to get in. So anyway, the driver seems to be quite a common man and an ordinary person who actually wanted to help everyone and try to try to help everyone as possible. So he seems to be a good person. Did they know him? No, they didn't know. Which actions near Jeep express urgency? Because the water was coming inside. That made everyone understand there was urgency. Did Sonali feel somewhat relieved at any moment? She actually at one point thought that now the water has receded, water has gone down, and there is no problem. We should actually go back, I think. And also, I think the parents will come later on and we can get united later. So that was for a moment only, because then again, water came up. What made her feel so? I think I have already said that answer, when the water receded or went back a little bit. And that was a sign of tsunami coming in a great terrific way, but they didn't know that. What is the incident related to Anton, Orlanth, and Beulah? I think one fell out and Anton also came out to help her, and the jeep did not stop for them. Why did Sonali panic when water came inside, when the children could not stay properly in the seats? And later on, when the children were almost, all of them actually were in water, the parents had to take the children up so they could breathe. So all that show that she was actually in a terrible situation. She had to be panicked because of thinking about the safety of the children. Did Sonali feel guilty about something? Yes, about her parents, because she did not even stay for 1 second and knock at the door. How does Sonali describe the ferocity, the cruelty, and the suddenness of tsunami? She talks about how water gushes, etc. How did Sonali and Steve try to protect their children by holding them up so they could breathe? What do you think that Steve must have seen? Probably he saw a lot of water coming. What happened to them at last? The jeep toppled. They all died except Sonali. Did she make any attempt to escape death? I think unconsciously she tried, and luckily only she was safe. How does she express her confusion? First of all, she could not understand whether she was under the jeep or where was she. Actually, the current or the water was so heavy with all the things that water carried, and it was like pressurizing her body. So she felt like she was under the jeep. So that was a confusion. Do you think that she survived due to her fate or efforts? I think, and as she also has pointed out, it was due to fate. What are your feelings about the victims? We feel pity. What is the theme of the text? It's about natural disasters and the impact of them on humans and the way people respond to natural disasters, mother's love, relationships, etc. Techniques are narrative style, visual imagery, things like that. Realism. So for this also you can write a short explanation and practice further.